Easy way to remember, blue is glue. And when it's red, dead. Welcome back to Should You Watch This with the Popcorn Priest, the weekly podcast where movie enthusiasts, ex-movie theater projectionists, new and old friends take the time to talk about a movie that we just watched and answer that very question, should or shouldn't you watch this? And I want to welcome back Dan Sacklunch Sacklunch, our honorary IMF agent. Welcome back, man. Excited for part two. Last week was a lot of fun. Yeah, I appreciate it. HR just knocked on the door. HR for Mission Impossible, or for Should You Watch This? Sharon? Yeah. What's that? Oh, we need to take Dan off the show. Wait. Because of okay. It's because of the Jeremy Renner joke from last week. That's okay, Sharon. I know. I got it. I'll talk to him. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Let's just get into the trailer, okay?
Okay.
Critics and audiences everywhere are blown away by Ghost Protocol.
Of course.
Entertainment Weekly gives it an A and says it's supremely clever.
It's now or never.
Exciting and amazing.
We're live. Impressed yet?
Rolling Stone raves it's a genuine marvel. You won't believe your eyes.
What the hell is that? It's a sandstorm.
And it's one of the best films of the year.
Jump!
Rated PG-13.
Did you jump? Should I not have jumped?
Now playing in theaters everywhere.
I did that for you, by the way, Dan.
Thank you.
Because I just wanted to cement the fact that so many people like this, and I didn't want a repeat of MI3.
Yes, I got you. Okay. We're good. We're in the clear.
All right. Well, as you know, part 2 of our series is always spoiler zone. So please, if you haven't watched this, or if you want to rewatch, it's a great time to get this in, especially since Day of Reckoning Part 1 is coming out this summer. So do yourself a favor, do Tom Cruise a favor, and go watch Ghost Protocol.
Yeah.
Let's get into popcorn trivia.
Let me tell you something, pendejo.
All right, I only have 5, so not a ton, but I think I cherry-picked some good ones. We were talking about last week the Burj Khalifa, or the Wiz Khalifa. The windows were removed very carefully. They were chipped away by 2 workers with hammers working from a window washing platform outside the building. Like, can you imagine? Number one, the building is so high, they're taking out windows. So you're literally have this gaping hole to your death. And then the fact that someone's got to wash these windows all the time. Not my idea of a good time.
No, I wonder what that type of height does when a window is open. Like, is there any sort of release of pressure that then sucks you out of it?
Bro, you just gave me another level of fear that I didn't know existed. Because yes, I bet there is. I bet even if like wind is, because these buildings, so these tall buildings, they're built to move. They're built to sway because of the wind.
Well, not only that, but when they're that high, right? You've got to figure that it has to be pressurized inside the building to some degree with that much airflow circulating.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it probably feels not like you're in an airplane, but like when that's open, you can feel you just feel it. I bet you got to feel it.
Yeah. I'm sure you do. I'm sure that it might take you two steps toward it, which would be creepy. Keep your window shut.
Keep that Wiz Khalifa shut, dude. Yes. So terrifying. All right. Jeremy Renner, poor Jeremy Renner, stated that working with Tom Cruise was a dream come true since he's always idolized him as an actor. Renner did mention Cruise is a great actor, but even a nicer guy. Thanks, Renner.
I've got Sharon. Don't worry. I got nothing to come up with. I actually think Jeremy Renner is incredible, by the way.
Yeah, he's He's underrated, I think, by a little bit.
I completely agree. I like his earlier stuff much, much better. I don't like the Iron Hawk or whatever he is.
Hawkeye.
The
Iron Hawk.
whatever it is. I don't watch that stuff.
I know.
I think he has a ton of depth as an actor. And I think like you can slap muscles on somebody and put them in a Marvel movie and it's going to do well. But Jeremy Renner's the type that like you can put in a dramatic movie and he's going to be amazing. Now you and I really liked the original movie, but he was in 28 Weeks Later.
Oh, really? I didn't know that either.
28 Days Later was awesome.
Yeah, it
we
was.
We should do a pod on that.
Man,
we should do a pod on that.
Was a great film. Okay, well, I screwed that up.
No, he's great.
Yeah. But yeah, he's in the town for sure. Awesome.
He was in Born Legacy.
Yeah, they were going to use him to take over that franchise, but it never took off. Matt Damon was better, I guess.
Yeah, it's a tough one to replace.
All right, the last three trivia I have. This is the first film to use the 100th anniversary Paramount Pictures logo. Each movie in the Mission Impossible series has used a different Paramount logo so far. So
okay.
I use that because I'm a designer and I think that's interesting. All right, last two. After the Kremlin explodes, Ethan is taken to the hospital where he eventually takes a paperclip off of his hospital chart to pick the handcuffs he's in. After he escapes, Anatoly inspects the bed where Ethan was, and a brief shot is shown of the paperclip twisted up in the keyhole of one pair of the handcuffs. This is accurate to real life. Paperclips can actually be used to bypass handcuffs locks.
Really?
I always thought that was like, I hate in movies when a lock gets picked like instantly, and knowing that you could use a paper clip to get your handcuffs off is kind of cool.
Yeah, but have you ever actually watched somebody pick a lock?
I mean, there's a couple of YouTube channels that are just dedicated to lock picking, and it's pretty cool. But you have to be like really good at it. I mean, I can't do it.
Yes and no. Like if you understand how the pins work on a lock, it's like most locksmiths, but probably 99% of all locks can be picked within 30 seconds.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
scary.
It's not like everybody has these safes, or these intricate locking systems on their doors. Like, what do you do if you lose your keys?
You get
and you need to get in your house.
Get a new key made.
From what?
Or you change your locks, I guess.
You right, but you still have to do that from the inside.
Are we going into Inception here? Or I don't understand. Where is this going?
You have to call a locksmith to get in your house.
Well, yeah.
And they're going to pick your lock.
Okay. Okay, well.
I feel like we're talking about the colon again. I don't know why you keep bringing up the colon when I explained in the first episode why the fucking colon's there.
I'm also doing that to torment you, but I also like the idea of saying colon a lot. It's funny to me. But okay, all right. So we've established that it's easy to pick a lock. All right. Last trivia.
Still interesting.
It is. Yeah, I just like that. I was like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I agree.
This one was funny to me a little bit, but the cars visible in the moving camera shot of valet parking in Mumbai are in counterclockwise order from bottom to left. A Ferrari Enzo, a Mercedes-Benz SL65 AMG Black Series, a Bugatti Veyron 16.4, a Ferrari F430, an Aston Martin Vantage, and then an Aston Martin DB9, and then a BMW M6, and then 3 white Rolls-Royce Phantoms, all in that shot.
Wow.
Every time I see that, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's $20 million worth of like cars right here in this one scene.
Would you ever want to own one?
I wouldn't, dude. If there was no money, like if money wasn't an issue, I would get an Aston Martin. Those look so sick, dude.
Yeah, I don't think I could ever.
I don't think I could
take it to a grocery store.
You could take an Aston Martin to a grocery store, but you couldn't take like a Ferrari or like a Bugatti or like a Lamborghini. Like you can't get over bumps. Those seem very impractical to me.
Yeah, these cars are like strippers, super hot strippers. Like they look great, but they're just not practical. No offense, strippers.
Hey, we invite all to listen to Should You Watch This, regardless of the Renner-hating Dan Sacklunch. Okay, well, what would you get? What car would you get? Like if you just had a ton of money and you just wanted like one supercar, crazy car, expensive car.
No, this is no BS. Okay, I would want like an old, I don't know, like an 81, 82 Chevy pickup, big old tires, not a good paint job. The old like kind of not wool, but the cotton seats with the multicolors, the 2-dial radio. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Like that's all I want in this world is but it that runs great. Yeah, man.
If we're talking old cars, I wouldn't mind having like an old Bronco, dude.
Yeah.
That sounds
that would be sick too.
Way fun to me.
Yeah, that would be
but
sick too. But no, I don't think
I'm saying a new car. Like what new car? I know you just mentioned an old, car, but like a vintage car. But what about a new car? Like a brand new crazy.
Dude, I'm just not into them, man.
Right.
It's just not my thing. And look, like I've owned some really expensive Audis, and I love Audis. Like the R8 is just always been ridiculous, but I don't know what's changed in me that I have no desire to own something like that. I legitimately, my dream vehicle right now, and it's so specific in my head, and so I would only settle for what's in my head, but it is something that you would see on a farm back in the early 80s.
All right. I mean, a man has his wants. You can have them.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, let's get into the triple threat. Let's get into the triple threat. Popcorn beefs, popcorn puzzles, and popcorn redemption.
Where's the beef? Hey, where's the beef?
All right, I have a few beefs, but it's not really with the film, okay? Because I like this movie a lot. 25 minutes of the film was shot in IMAX 70 millimeter, like an actual IMAX camera. So here's my beef. I went and saw this in the theater in IMAX, and the Burj Khalifa scenes in IMAX are breathtaking. They're super thrilling and amazing shots, and they fill the scope of this giant screen. So then as you come home and you buy, like I have a humble brag, I have a 133-inch screen in my theater now, and I bought the 4K films for this series for us to watch, and they are not in IMAX in the 4K Blu-ray, and I'm pissed about it. Super pissed.
Yeah, no good. That's good beef.
Huge beef.
Legit. Yeah, legit beef.
Next beefs are the only film in the franchise where the opening credits involve the lighting of a fuse, and the Mission Impossible theme is actually part of the opening sequence. And all the other movies from Mission Impossible 1996 to Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, which we haven't reviewed yet, the opening credit is used as a cut between two scenes or two different events. Ghost Protocol is the only movie that makes the opening credit part of the action by having one of the characters light the fuse. I didn't really notice this until I read about this, but it's a beef for me. Like, I love that about this movie. That it has the opening credit, that song, and it has the fuse. That feels like
liked it.
A mission.
Yeah, like, and just as he's walking, he's like, light it. I thought it was so cool.
Yeah. So my beef is it's not in the other films. That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Not about this movie, but here's my beef with Paramount. So it was rumored that they considered omitting Mission Impossible from the title altogether. They were just going to call it Ghost Protocol and not even have Mission Impossible as part of the title. That's a big beef.
Well, I have 8 lines of review for them. Idiots. Well, you know the rest.
The only Mission Impossible film not to feature any hero wearing full masks. Ethan wears some makeup during the Kremlin scene, and then a villain wears a full mask later in the film. But that's a beef for me. I'm a sucker for the masks. I want more masks. I just love the masks.
Yeah, I felt like we were going to agree on this beef. I felt like you were going to bring that up.
Oh, nice.
And it was missing because
good.
It throws a different element into it where you're always kind of, is it? No, is it somebody else? It's
kind of part of the franchise.
Yeah, and it does add another layer to just the overall mystery of the action. And like I kept waiting, and then when he jumps on that truck and takes it off, it's the bad guy that has the mask. So that was a little disappointing. So I agree with you.
Well, and even like Simon Pegg's character is like, oh, I just want to wear a mask, and then he finally gets to wear the mask, and then the machinery breaks down, and he can't even wear the mask. It's like sad. It's sad for me. It's sad for Simon Pegg. So
well, I don't know how you felt about those scenes, but I would have actually liked them to play those scenes out masked up. And I don't think it would have changed the dynamics of the...
That actually might have made it more thrilling, more suspenseful. Agreed. Because then I think it felt lazy to me. It felt like, it's just because they don't know who the guy is that we don't have to use a mask. It's like, come on, man. Just write it so that we have to have masks.
These people are not, like, they're in the spy game. All of these people are in these different, like, they know what these people look like, most likely, right? So, good beef. Good beef.
All right, last beef, and this involves Jeremy Renner.
Uh-oh.
His character Brandt was specifically created as the eventual replacement for Tom Cruise's character Ethan Hunt for when Cruise decides to step away from the franchise. I mean, as much as I like Jeremy Renner and I'm sticking up for him because of so much grief that we've gotten from Dan here, but that's a beef for me. If Cruise is not in the film, I'm out of Mission Impossible.
Well, I got to be honest. I think that we just solved the mystery of who's driving the snowcat.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Tom's not trying to kill Renner. Jeez.
Oh, yeah.
No, Sharon. No, I know. I know. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll talk to him. Okay, please. Okay.
Oh,
dude. Okay. Do you have any beefs?
You know what?
You usually have more beefs than me.
Yeah. Can I just say this? The listeners are probably going to think that we had that set up.
No, we did not.
We did. That was completely off the cuff.
It's all improv.
Look, you mentioned last week, and I have to reiterate it this week with a little more disappointment and fervor.
Okay.
I can't grasp the concept of not having more Ving Rhames. Like, why?
Yeah, and I kind of already talked about that in last week's episode. It was a pre-beef. Yeah, it's a big beef. I need Ving Rhames all the time.
I mean, just the 90 seconds he was on when he's reaching in his pocket to grab money and Ethan Hunt's like, I got this, man. And he goes, I know. And he pulls out the bird.
Yeah.
Like, it's so funny.
Dude, I read about this because I was really angry and there was some like paycheck squabbles over.
Pay the man.
Yeah, just pay him, dude. And I don't want to spoil it, but Ving's coming back. We're getting more Ving. Okay. So it's going to be good. Ving's back.
I have a follow-up beef.
Okay.
One of my big beefs with 3 was the whole wife angle.
I don't understand.
I kind of said it was.
I like it.
It was way too early to blow your wad. Way too early. And then this one, it was all about conveniently riding her out. So everything that I was saying about how they blew their wad too early, they were like, shit, she's so fucking vanilla. There's no way that we can have her in 4. So what do? They come up with that lame story. So
dude, that story was awesome. The story about how Renner, like, that's the way Renner like got out. We know Renner, his character, Brant's character,
right?
He's bad A, but he's some kind of like assistant, and that's why Tom's like, hey, what happened? You know,
right?
And it's cool that he was actually protecting her, and then he gets her fake killed so that she's safe. Dude, I thought it was dope. And then we get to see her at the end, and he's smiling at her.
Yeah, I wasn't with it. I didn't need it. But I did need the depth of Renner, because he did make it palatable. Like the way that he was, handled and talked about, it made it palatable.
Yeah, because he was on screen talking about that with the rest of the team without Ethan, and he held the screen by himself, and I thought that was really cool. Yep. That backstory was really cool to me.
Yeah, so even though it's a follow-up beef, it's still Jeremy Renner shined. So that was, I thought, at least a little bit of saving grace in it. My last beef, and this seems like a theme. Why can't there be hot women?
Yeah, this one we didn't get it. We didn't get very much. No, dude. No way. Paula Patton is a very attractive lady.
Kind of vanilla.
No.
She's a definite upgrade from
she
Bridget
was ripped
Moynihan.
And she could fight like she was very.
Yeah, but she can't act.
I thought she did a great job. She's actually in a movie that I really like with Denzel Washington called Deja Vu, and does a great job in it. I think she's very beautiful.
She's very pretty.
But I agree. The other assassin was not. I mean, thanks for saying it so aggressively, but yeah, she was not for me.
Yeah,
and that's it. There's no other ladies.
Why can't we just have a smoking hot lady? What's so hard about it? Why are we overthinking the room?
Listen, I hate to burst your bubble, but it's not. That's not what this show's about.
Better?
Not getting better.
Damn it.
But I felt like Paula Patton was. I think she was more attractive than Maggie Q from 3.
No.
All right.
Well, I'll put her on par. I'll put her on par with Maggie.
I disagree. She's more attractive.
Those are my beats.
All right. Popcorn puzzles.
A sphincter says what? What? A sphincter says what? What? Exactly.
All right. Here's some puzzles I had. I only had 3. Director Brad Bird, specifically wanted every gadget to break or malfunction in the film. Why? And they did.
Maybe
Thinking about it.
Think about it until you just said that.
They all malfunction. That's why we didn't get masks, which was my beef. So I don't know. That's weird to me. I get that. I like the fact that they failed. It added so much tension in the climbing sequence. One of his gloves messed up, but having everything like these are sophisticated weapons and stuff. Can we not have all of them break?
Do we not test? Yeah. What's crazy though, that's a really good puzzle, by the way. I didn't even think about it. Like I didn't really notice the accumulation of shoddy equipment.
Yeah.
So well done.
It's a puzzle. Next puzzle I have is Ethan survives a 100-foot vertical fall in a car by having the airbags deploy. Falling from that height means the car would have been moving a little less than 55 miles per hour when it hit. My puzzle is, would that work? If it's just kind of slowly tipping over and you're in the driver's seat and it goes straight down, are you going to live, or are you going to be in a wheelchair?
No, because most of these are rated at a much higher speed than 55 miles an hour.
Okay.
Much higher. So, no, I would say that's legit.
All right.
My non-expertise opinion.
Okay. I'll allow it. Last one is, this is the first installment. You might like this, actually. This is the first installment in the franchise where none of the villains are or used to be IMF agents.
Yeah.
You like that because you hate that.
I do.
Okay.
Look, I'm about saving the world.
All right. Well, dude.
I'm not about internal conflict every 5 minutes.
This one, including this one and the next two are, if you don't like them, we might have to question our friendship.
Okay. Yeah.
Any puzzles that you had or beefs?
No.
Puzzle beefs?
No, I don't know. I think it was all, I don't think there was anything blatant.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to Popcorn Redemption.
I have exorcised the demons.
So as you know, Popcorn Redemption is built and created to end on a high note instead of complaining about something. So I have a couple of redemptions. So I don't know how to pronounce this name. Andres Wisniewski. Andres Wisniewski.
Okay.
Wisniewski hands Ethan a similar black mask to place over his head to meet the arms dealer that also appeared in Mission 1, giving him the same style mask when he is being taken to meet Max, an arms dealer. I kind of like that nod. That was kind of cool. It made me smile.
Agreed.
And the next one, while in the hospital following the Kremlin explosion, Ethan reads the lips of two police officers talking outside his room. This is a continuation of an element in Mission 3 that Ethan, as a highly trained spy, knows how to read lips. Tom Cruise came up with this idea in that film.
I did notice that, and I liked it.
Yeah, I like that he has those skills. Next one is the film played with no previews, save for the 6-minute prologue to The Dark Knight Rises.
Really?
Which, by the way, when I saw this, I witnessed it. The IMAX in this film is unprecedented, only to the other IMAX stuff that happens in The Dark Knight Rises. And that 6-minute prologue, when I saw that for the first time, I was like blown away. It's so amazing.
I'm going to have to look that up.
It's the scene where you've seen The Dark Knight Rises.
Of course.
Okay. I was worried there. I know we've got this whole franchise you haven't seen, but if you hadn't seen Dark Knight Rises, I just might say the battery died on our thing. But so it's the scene where they are robbing the bank, and each one of them is like, I thought you said that the money was, and then they shoot each other until the very last two criminals, and then the Joker is the last one. That was the scene, and it was filmed in IMAX, and what a awesome time.
That played before this movie?
Yeah, can you imagine? I'm sitting in an IMAX theater, ready to watch. Psyched for Ghost Protocol. Yeah. I don't know that the Dark Knight Rises trailer is coming on. All I see is no trailers, no ads, no garbage. I see this 6-minute prologue to this movie that I'm looking forward to seeing anyway, and then it just rolls right into Ghost Protocol. It was awesome.
Oh, I'm in, man.
Yeah. It was a great day. Great day.
Okay.
And I'd still, going back to my beef, dude, I need the IMAX scenes back in to my Blu-ray. I don't know how to find it. I got to do more research because my 4K Blu-rays suck.
I don't even know if I want to say what I'm about to say to you.
Ooh. Did you watch it on your phone?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, but
okay.
I believe I've only seen like 3 or maybe 3 movies in IMAX.
That's fine.
And I couldn't even tell you what they were.
That's fine. I enjoy the format. I also enjoy Dolby Atmos theaters with the, added speakers to the ceiling and the side and the walls. But no, I think.
Well, the way that you just described IMAX, Ghost Protocol, Dark Knight Rises, Prologue, like I was like, man, I have lived a sheltered life. Like, what have I been doing with my life? Because I love movies.
Yeah,
and
dude.
I'm into, not to the level you are, but
Sure.
I love Dolby Atmos. I love the look and the feel. Like, I'm sorry, but if they ever get rid of movie theaters, I will build my own.
That's why I have
same
mine.
Smells, the same stuff, because I need that big stadium feel, and it just gives you something so powerful.
Yeah.
Your theater room's incredible, but you still cannot.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Duplicate. It's not, man. And so and I love that Tom Cruise really did a number with Top Gun Maverick, bringing it back to the theater.
And that was in IMAX too, man.
Oh, I would die to see that in IMAX.
I saw it in IMAX and it was amazing. Like, you think of a movie like Mad Max, The Fury Road. Dude, I watched that in IMAX and it's changed my life. And when you were talking about like building your own theater, I swear I have like a gland in my lower torso that like it started gurgling and telling me, hey, you need to like build it and they will come, kind of a thing. Because I finished my theater the day, like I went to Lowe's to build or to buy some bolts and stuff to put my projector in and everything. The next day, COVID hit and I couldn't go anywhere for like a year and a half, essentially, other than like the grocery store. And I lived in my theater for like 6 months. It was the best thing that ever happened to me.
I bet it was, dude. I'm serious. I bet it was.
Yeah. Anyway.
And I haven't hit a movie theater in 3.5 years. I do believe that I'm going to make it a certainty that
you go see 7
newest Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah. Dude, and I want...
That's going to be the first movie theater that I visit here in Brazil.
Oh, that sounds amazing. I had one of our listeners reach out to me and say that he would like to actually hear about your experience, because we talked about it briefly in, I think, was it From Dusk Till Dawn? We were talking about a little bit about how the theaters in Brazil have the dubs versus not dubbed versus,
right.
So I'm kind of curious to have you talk about your experience of going to a movie in Brazil.
The listeners are going to have to wait until Mission Impossible 7.
Sure.
By the way, I want to give a shout out to Ash Bale.
Oh yeah.
For the nice review that he left a couple of weeks ago. Much love, Ash Bale.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. What else you got?
I have one more redemption. That's all I have. And then my rating. This one is this is the epitome of Tom Cruise, this next redemption. So the Bruce Springsteen shirt that Ethan wears when he exits the Kremlin was costume designer Michael Kaplan's personal t-shirt. The production repeatedly contacted Springsteen's representatives to allow the shirt to be in the movie, but they kept denying it for some reason. So when Tom Cruise, who used to be neighbors with Springsteen, heard this, he was very confused. He immediately pulled out his phone and called Springsteen, and they got the release so they could have the t-shirt in the movie.
Tom Cruise is the GOAT, bro.
Can you imagine? Like, the production crew is not going to bug Tom Cruise about a t-shirt, right? They're just calling their representatives. And then Tom's like in a meeting and he looks over and he's confused. He's like, I'll just call Bruce right now. Just a sec. And he just dials him. He's like, yeah, we can wear the t-shirt.
That's so dope, man.
So cool, man.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, any other redemptions you want to talk about before we give our final ratings of Ghost Protocol?
I got a couple. So
okay.
I mentioned last week that there were some incredible chase scenes in this one that were really unique and original. And I just wanted to reiterate it this week that was something that I was so into. I just love originality, man. And the other thing that I really liked about this one in comparison to the first three is the humor in this one.
Yeah.
Each one of the main characters delivered a couple of lines, like when Tom Cruise was out on the ledge and the guy was like, "You didn't really think this one through, right?" And he's like, "Well, I thought I did." It was just, there was a little bit of levity that didn't go too far. Simon Pegg is so funny, man.
Also, when he's hanging out
Jeremy
there,
Renner.
when he's hanging out there and he says, "No,
Yeah.
what was, he's like, "No, he's like yelling it." He's like, what? I can't remember what the context was, but it was so funny when he's just yelling at him like, "Dude, I'm out here hanging on a freaking like wall of the building. And you're getting mad at me." Like, anyway, sorry. You were talking about Renner.
No, but what you're talking about is when the strap was too short. He's like, "Hey, the strap's too short." He's like, "No shit."
Yeah, the humor is. I like it. The balance was good. Yeah.
Yeah, man. It just and Jeremy Renner had a couple of one-liners that were good. I was afraid that there wouldn't be good synergy between Tom Cruise and Jeremy Renner, but there was.
Yeah.
I thought that was great. Again, I loved that it wasn't any sort of internal mole hunt. I love the fact that we were saving the world. So I would say that this one, I was high at like one. I was like, yeah, I can get into this. After number two, I was like, hell yes. And then number three, I was like,
let you down.
Oh, I'm done. And I was legit. I'm not kidding you, Popcorn Priest. I was going to try to derail this thing because how could I possibly watch 4 more Mission Impossible 3s? I couldn't do it. And this one brought me right back in, baby.
Okay. Phew. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's your rating? Let's hear your rating.
I really like number 2. Oh, like my
I don't know if I want you to rank them yet. I just want your rating.
Okay. Yeah, large bucket.
Okay, good. And I'm teetering on because I gave a large bucket to all 3 of. No, I gave a medium to 2 and larges to 1 and 3. Man, I might have to give this a golden bucket, dude.
Wait. Whoa.
Yeah, I'm just thinking because I have the predilection of knowing what's happening in 5 and 6. The Burj Khalifa scenes for me just tip the scales, man. It's so thrilling, and because I have like a fear of heights, it pulls me in even further, and it was just so awesome.
Wait. So can you confirm and lock it in? Are you giving this a golden bucket?
Confirmed. Golden bucket. I love Ghost Protocol. I would watch this one.
Wow.
I would rewatch this one and 3 over. Well, and I don't want to give too much away, but I really, really like 6 as well.
Okay.
If I were to rewatch, if I'm sitting down and I only have time to watch 1, I'm watching 6 or 4, bro.
Okay. For a second, I thought you were actually going to say 3. And I was like, dude.
Well, 3 is right next to it. 3 is right there.
No, you're crazy.
Yeah,
it makes me want to punch babies. No,
dude, I love 3, dude. I love it. I don't care.
Let's stick with 4. Let's stay focused here because
right.
we got back on track.
All
don't let's not lose it.
Is there anything that we missed before we close the book on Ghost Protocol?
I think we covered the gamut on this one. Go out and see this damn movie.
Yeah. I mean, get Paramount Plus. I mean, I would say normally I would recommend buying the 4K collection, but This one was a big letdown for me because I didn't get those. I mean, it's so cool when you see the normal ratio and then all of a sudden your screen, whether you have a 60-inch screen or a 130-inch screen, all of a sudden it bumps out to the full height of your screen and you're just like enveloped with this, you know, building and him out on the ledge, and it's just so awesome. So I'm kind of bummed out about that, but all right. That's it for this week. But I'm with you always. Look for me in the cloud at Popcorn Priest. I love movies and would love it if you'd share the love. Share this with the movie lover in your life. Another way to support the show is by throwing a few shekels at the priest. Visit patreon.com/Popcorn Priest and see what extra perks you can enjoy. If you made it this far, go give us a 5-star review on Spotify or Apple Podcast. I command thee. And as always, thanks for listening. And thanks to my reoccurring guest, I'm F Agent Dan Sacklunch. Always a pleasure, my man.
Buddy. Dude, this one was a great one. It really, you know, I say this all the time to you, but I love the passion you have for what you do here. I love being on the pod. I love the engagement with the listeners that we're seeing. Keep that coming.
Yeah, I appreciate it, and appreciate the time and effort. You know, we all got crazy lives, but movies, I think, is what brings us together, and it's just a fun commonality and escape. You know, we talk about that all the time, so appreciate it, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Join us next time when we move to the 5th colon. Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. And remember, when you watch movies, you can pop off, pop in, or pop out, but always bring the popcorn.